I want to teach you how to do a squat. So squatting is really common in a lot of exercise programs. And the way that I like to use it is maybe a little different. I think it's really valuable if you can, one of the projects for the hip section, the hip segment, is trying to hang out in positions that are different for your hips. So maybe like hanging out all the way into a squat while you're doing something on the floor or playing with kids or petting your dogs. But sometimes it takes a little while to get there. You can go ahead and stand up. One of the things we need to figure out is how to use our glutes. So a good phrase to remember is recruit your glute. So you can remember that. Recruit your glute. Your glute helps to coordinate your movement a lot, and when we start sitting too much, our glutes tend to kind of be lazy and not engage very well. And they help with the stability of our spine, the coordination of our movement, the health of our hips, basically a lot of movement efficiency and coordination. So what we're going to do to start is go ahead and we're both going to face side. You're going to have your legs about pelvis width apart, and you want to look down and see that your feet are parallel. So sometimes that means taking your heels out a little bit. A lot of times will be a little toe out. You want to be really parallel, and you want to really feel that you've got a neutral pelvis. So feel that your tail isn't slouched down underneath you, that your tail might feel a little out behind you, and that's going to really help you to get your glutes. Your weight's going to stay going back into your heels, so maybe like lift your feet, lift your toes a little bit so that your weight goes back. And as you do this squat, you're going to reach out your arms towards me, so you're going to go and bend your knees and reach forward as you do that squat. Pause there for a second. Now think about using your glutes. Keep your weight in your heels as you stand up. A lot of times we'll try to stand up by throwing our knees forward, and that's not so easy for the knees and the hips to stay healthy. So your weight goes back, your tail stays out, and you can pause. You don't have to totally lift your feet, but just keep your weight on your heels. And then use your glutes to stand up. So I feel like you can even put your hands on your butt. I feel like those muscles lift me up. It's really useful to do that sometimes. And just go ahead and do that again. So you're gonna let your tail go out, arms go forward, trying to keep your spine in its nice alignment. Weight goes towards the heels, and then use your glutes to stand up. So this is even fine to practice if you have to go only this far, just a little tiny squat, and then standing up. Once you get to a level where you can squat about as far as we were going, you can use it like every time you sit down in a chair. You could use that as a moment to practice, okay, here's my nice long spine. I'm gonna send my tail back, I'm gonna send my weight to my heels, and then you sit down and use that as a moment to do your squat exercise. I would try to do 8 to 10 of these at least, and then if you practice it while you're going to sit in a chair, you've maybe got like 20 or more squats a day. But you can also just practice a few at a time. If 8 to 10 feels too challenging, just do like 3 or 4. And really just try to feel, you want to feel that your knees stay behind your feet, so you're not sending your knees over your toes. Just pay attention to how your body feels and do it in a range that's good for your body. Start small, you'll go a little bigger each week.